Welcome back, this is Dad. I'm going to put fingernail polish on my knife. Stick around to find out why. Welcome back to the art studio. I am working with this really awesome, cool, vintage micarta. Check out the color. Hard to find. Got some. We're going to use it. It's beautiful. Making a front spacer, my new sexy chef's knife. I'm going to get this set in there. I got a little bit loose. I wish it was tighter. I'm going to set that in there so it looks like it grew in there. I'm going to mark it and I'll take it over to the engraver and relieve it, my favorite relieving tool. And then we're going to get this little piglet to sit up on that bolster just a little bit and get rid of any gaps, make it bulletproof. Then we'll start fitting the backside. Like that. I might not do a takedown. I might do just a regular glue handle. Finish this, then glue this on. What I got is a beautiful ladder out here, Damascus, but we're going to polish these bolsters. The challenge I have personally is when I'm finishing my handle, I end up bumping into a finished blade. And if I have a polished bolster here, I can touch that up a lot easier than I can this awesome Damascus pattern. It's a little particular. You get this just exactly the way we want it, so we wrap it and we try to stay off it, but I still end up bumping it somehow. So I can polish this easy enough. I can touch this up, even if I bump into it, I can finish this up. So I'm thinking I might glue this up onto a finished blade. I'll let you know how that goes. Coffee break. Coffee break over. I'm trying to cut this copper in half for my spacer on my next. This is a diffuser plate off of a computer. A heat diffuser, a heat dissipator. They've got these really sweet, solid, soft copper plates in there, and they're the perfect thickness and size for making spacers and knives and kitchen. Nice, soft, pure copper. Really nice to work with. Just got my front spacer, my vintage micarta on there, bulletproof. Use the engraver. Did a little inlay in there. Got a really sweet, tight, no gaps. Nice. Got a copper. Got it fits on there, and I'm just now getting ready to do the rest of the handle. They're on there. Make sure everything's gonna go well for us. Got a little bit of a drop. Got a little too much drop in my tang. I'm gonna get it right on the next one. Get it better. This is good, but I can do better. I want it coming straight back a little further. I think I did it when I pulled out when I quenched it, when I tempered it. I think I did that. I grabbed it and it sagged. I had plenty of material to work with. Yeah, I'm gonna glue this on. I'm gonna finish the blade. I'm not gonna do a partial takedown. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the blade. We'll polish the bolster, and then we're gonna glue the handle up, and then we'll finish the handle last. I'm not going to do a takedown. It just takes time I don't need to do. We're not doing a CA finish, so I don't have to, so I'm not going to. If I get into this bolster, like I said earlier, I can touch it up. I am hand sanding my chef's knife. I am at 1000 grit on one side. I'm on 220 on the other. So I'll just run this. I did both sides 220, got the handle fit, Ricasso and everything done, put my name in it at 220. Then when after I get my handle fit, then I come back and lay it up here on the stand again, back in the fixture. And I'm at 220 on both sides. Well, I'll run 320, 600, and 1000 grit on one side, tape it off, flip it over to protect it, then run the other side just out of convenience. We're doing a little bit different system on etching and buffing ferric chloride. I think we're getting the system down we're going to fall in love with. The last knife came out uber chatoyant, and we loved it, and we're going to try to duplicate that. So we think we got a system down. We're going to keep tweaking it till we get it perfect. Great contrast on the Damascus. It's the same billet as the last knife, so we're going to try to duplicate it, do it again. We're just trying to get better and better each time we do this.
with a coffee etching and what it wants for that nice, deep, dark contrast on the Damascus. So stick around and see how Dad does this. We're doing it now. After I get this sanded, both sides sanded to 1000 grit, I'm gonna put fingernail polish on the bolster, because we do not want to etch that. We are going to buff and polish this bolster in the spine. So I'll put nice, pretty bright red fingernail polish on that, and a little bit of the spine, a little bit of the heel also. So we can dip it in the ferric chloride. I did like 3 8-minute dips last time, 2500 grit in between. Then we're gonna come out here and just buff the tar out of it with Red Rouge on my buffing wheel. They're all different, but my buffing wheel is different than the rest of them. But I'm gonna use that wheel because I use it every time. A lot of rouge, and we're gonna try to get the Damascus just to glisten with the chatoyance. Worked last time, same billet, should go again. Then we'll take it in and coffee etch it. And I'll let you know how that goes. We've had some challenges with that, but we're getting there. I heard some testimonies from guys online working at it for a couple years, trying to get it dialed in. So we've been at it several months, and we're getting after it. We're doing it. I just got done fingernail polishing, not my fingers, but the knife. We're gonna dip this in ferric chloride. All these parts you see that have fingernail polish on are polished, and we're gonna leave them polished on the final product. I got them down to like a 2500 grit and then buffed them with Red Rouge on the buffer. All this back here and the spine, that protects it from the ferric chloride. I'm gonna put a second coat on there because one coat might peel off. Then we're gonna leave it on there till even after we start to coffee darken. We'll leave it on there. It might start coming off, but the coffee darkening is an acid, but it's not nearly as strong as that ferric chloride. So 2500 grit will clean it right up, the coffee etching. But it takes a lot more work, and you start losing material thickness on critical spots where your handles fit on the bolster perfectly. So you want to protect that and make it stay where it is. We are etching that blade I just showed you that I was sanding on and putting the fingernail polish on. It's in the ferric chloride right now. I am not going to be able to finish that total process of darkening, coffee darkening, until next week. It's towards the end of the day. I like doing this process all in one fell swoop. I don't like cutting it up, but I want to get that etched. I'm going to make sure it's neutralized. I made a brand new neutralizing tank. We'll put some baking soda in there and some water, and that will be our neutralizing tank. Kyle's got some swords coming up, so I thought, well, we'll just make a big dog one. That way the swords will fit in there. Everything we got will fit in this tank right here. We only got to do it one time. Probably won't have to change that baking soda out for, I don't know, a year. It's because we're gonna load it up in there with baking soda. So it'll neutralize that ferric chloride. I'm gonna keep that ferric chloride cooking my knife for another 6 minutes or so. It's on my first dip. Ferric chloride's pretty fresh, so I think it's gonna take probably 3 8-minute etches to get the depth that I want, like on the last knife we just did. So should be the same. Kyle hasn't been etching, it's just been me in here. I'll show you a sample of what it looks like when I pulled out the first etch. It should be rocking pretty sweet looking. So come back and stick around, we'll see what she looks like. Timer went off, we're getting ready to pull this out for the first time. Let's see what she looks like. We have a really good look at what the pattern's gonna look like. Get it rinsed off here a little bit. Oh yeah. Got a rocking pattern. Look at that. It's not very deep yet. I'm gonna sand it down with some 2500 grit and stick it back in for another 8-minute session. This is all we got time for today, but we'll be back and we'll show you more in the next video.